So I just got done filming another video about picking up balls with your wedge. I hope you guys like that. But you guys are really gonna like what I have in store for today. It's kind of a beginner's guide for chipping when you're close to the green. So this is what I found helps me a lot in how I can simplify the game more to have more consistency and better results. So thanks for tuning in, and please like and subscribe as always. And yeah, here we go. So as I said earlier, we're gonna be practicing some of our shorter chips. So for beginners, a lot of you guys might not even have your own wedges. You probably have a pitching wedge at least, and that's all you really need. And I'm gonna do a little part of this on why you might wanna use a 56 versus a 60 versus a 52 degree. So we'll kind of get into that as well. But right here, we just have the practice green. We're gonna be targeting these 3 pins that you guys can see. And I'm gonna be going from maybe a couple different lengths, as well as potentially behind the bunker. We'll see how long this takes. So the main objective here is to get the ball on the green, in the middle of the green. You know, you want it closer to the pin, but as beginners, the last thing we want to do is chunk it and have it go 2 feet, or thin it and have it go all the way through the green. Because really, if you can hammer down on your wedge and do a 2-putt or a 1-putt even, or even a 3-putt, but more a wedge and a 2-putt, wedge and a 1-putt, you're really going to start decreasing your strokes because people just thin them and chunk them. I mean, you take this thick stuff and you hit it once, you hit it twice, and now that's already an extra stroke, and then you're going to be doing your 2-putting or 1-putting. So this is a very important step in becoming a better golfer. So right now we're going to be targeting this front pin right here, from right here. This is a very, very short chip, and a lot of you guys might want to putt this, and that's good. That's actually okay. But I'm trying to work on my chips and 1-putts. That's what I've been doing if you guys have been watching my videos. So right here, this is exactly what I think about. So how much green do I have to work with? So I look at this, I have maybe 10, 15 feet of green to work with. So because of that, I know it's gonna roll out. It's downhill, it's wet, so it's not gonna roll as fast. But I'm gonna wanna land that as soon as the fringe stops and it hits the green. So I want a higher lofted club so that I can get over this and onto there. So say we're targeting the back pin, same thing, we're right here. I'm gonna want a less loft of a club. So I'd probably hit my 56 degree, and I try to hit that dark spot right there. But I'm gonna show you an example of this right now. This is a really short tip, but right there, I already explained everything. We're gonna try to barely land it on the green. Again, here, it's kind of almost like a stroke. You want to leave that V right here. You don't want to be too stiff, because if you're too stiff, you kind of tend to chop at the ground. So just watch out for that. So nice and easy. Think about it a little bit. We're just going to pop this one up. That's okay. We'll redo that and show you how it should look. So we're just gonna keep it rolling here. So what I did there is I honestly just didn't give it enough power. Maybe not necessarily enough power, but I didn't swing through as well. So that's another aspect that you want to think about. You want to go through towards the target, keep that club face square and facing your target. More, but I didn't land it right on the grass, on the green. But we're looking at potentially a 1-putt uphill, or even a 2-putt, and that's okay. And I know I did mess up on the first, but that's okay. That's why we practice. And I find in the rounds, most often, the reason why we don't succeed on chips is because we're not confident. And that's honestly what I did. I just barely touched it because I'm scared it's just gonna fly out, and then I had to chip it again. So that's a good example of confidence is very important, knowing what you're doing, and it's gonna be okay. Because at the end of the day, like we said earlier, we're aiming for the green. Because if we have to chip again, that gives us a chance to thin it, chunk it, and not succeed. It's really about increasing our odds of survival, of getting those better strokes. But all right, so now I'm gonna show you for a back pin with not as much to get over. And then we'll go over a bunker. Bit of a chip, we're gonna go to the back of the back. So I'm gonna try to land it right in between pretty much us and that pin. I know these greens are a little bit slower and it is downhill though, so it should even out. So we'll just go right for it. You gotta have a plan. You always have to have a plan. Try to stick to that plan. So make sure this is in the shot. Actually, I think that's fine. You're gonna put it in a favorable position. So we're gonna go like this. Almost same deal as before. We're gonna go a little bit harder because we are gonna hit it further. But you know, there's less loft. So it's gonna go more towards the target instead of up in the air. That's a guaranteed one putt, first try. So it's all about that confidence. I've already hit 2 chips like you guys saw earlier, and I'm just like, you know, we're here to get better, and I'm here to be totally transparent with you guys on what works for me and how you guys can get better on the greens. So now we're gonna move to over there. We have a little bunker, and I'm gonna show you guys. Say there's like a bunker in front of you, you know, and we're trying to get to this pin right here, the 3rd pin. We'll target that last pin. So also, thanks for sticking around. If you guys have this far, it's great. I really appreciate it. So just for reference, that's how close we got it. So that's pretty awesome. So I had to almost put you guys in the woods to to get kind of where we're at. So as you can see, we got a bunker here. So say this is you're playing a par 4, or your second shot. You know, you hit the fairway. Everything's great. And your second shot is just a little bit short of the green, and there's like a bunker in front of it or to the side. You slice it, you know. So we're gonna be targeting this left one right here. You might be able to see it. We're gonna target this left one, left little pin. So what my goal with this is I'm gonna try to get elevation, because there's nothing worse than hitting a stroke and going right in the bunker. And then we do, us beginners, you know, maybe we have a little bit of a lack of confidence out of these bunkers. So that's for another day. We need to practice that. But so we're gonna go. What my goal is right now from here is a chip and a 2-putt. You want to get it on the green, because if you're not getting it on the green, you're increasing, you know, by another stroke. So I'm gonna be aiming at that pin, but you know, preferably I'd like to be a little bit short of it, just so that I can have an uphill putt and for the rollout. So we're gonna do that right now. So see, line up. I'm using a 60 degree. Just because we need to have the loft to get over this, and we want it to land and stop relatively quick. So, you know, I'm not really one to open the club face too much, you know, just because that possibility to thin the shot and just send it through the green. So, yeah, we'll go hit this. All right, so that's just a little left and short, but that's fine. We're not in the bunker, we're not in the fringe, and we're not in the rough around the green. So I would call that a success. We avoided the bunker. We hit it pretty pure. Hit it a little bit left. And I know it is a little bit wet outside, so when you guys are in that situation, if it's wet, dry, you're playing off some really soggy grass, you know, that all changes how you're gonna be hitting it. But overall, you know, that's how you hit your wedge shots close to the green. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We're really growing the channel, and people are commenting and subscribing and liking the videos, and it feels great that I'm actually kind of helping people, you know, helping them maybe see what I'm going through and see if those struggles are similar to theirs, you know. And this has been a big struggle for me, and I'm trying to get better at hitting these wedge shots. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I really look forward to the next time we meet. And remember when you're around the green, just focus on, is this going to be rolling out, or is this going to need to stop right away? And if so, use less loft or more loft, depending on what you feel, and always have confidence around the greens. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great rest of the day.